I am not surprised that this has happened. A judge in New Mexico has been arrested for housing an illegal alien who may have ties to this violent Venezuelan gang, TdA. Let's check it out.
Former Doña Ana County Magistrate Judge Joel Cano and his wife, Nancy Cano, have been taken into custody. This comes after they were found to harbor an illegal alien who is likely a Venezuelan gang member. Christian Ortega Lopez has alleged ties to the TdA gang. Federal agents raided the couple's Las Cruces home. The judge and his wife are accused of evidence tampering. Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Secretary Kristi Noem said, "Under President Trump, we have arrested over 150,000 aliens, including more than 600 members of the vicious TdA gang. If you are here illegally and break the law, we will hunt you down, arrest you, and lock you up."
That's a good milestone right there. 150,000 arrested with 600 TdA members. This is big news.
That's a promise. Ortega Lopez was apprehended at the Cano residence in February. He was initially hired by Nancy Cano for home repairs and later offered accommodation in the couple's guest house. Court documents reveal investigators uncovered evidence linking Ortega Lopez to the TdA gang, including gang-related clothing, tattoos, voicemails, and text messages. He unlawfully entered the U.S. on December 15, 2023, by crossing the border near Eagle Pass, Texas, without inspection or authorization.
Eagle Pass, that's where that rush of people broke into the country and got away. A lot of those people got away. Yeah, so crazy stuff. Before we finish this video, this guy did what we tell people to do. You know, if you want them here so badly in the country, why don't you take them in? But I don't think he was blind to the fact that this guy may have had ties to gangs. But we'll keep going here.
Ortega Lopez was released on December 18, 2023, pending removal proceedings due to overcrowding at the Border Patrol facility. He was issued a notice to appear, initiating formal removal proceedings under the Immigration and Nationality Act. 4 firearms were seized from the residence of April Cano after further investigation. He is currently facing federal charges for being an illegal alien in possession of a firearm and faces up to 15 years in prison. Former ICE Field Office Director John Fabricatori said Doña Ana County has been a hotbed of illegal immigration and drug trafficking, human smuggling for many, many years. To see that a judge would allow this to happen, it's very concerning. It's concerning. What else has the judge been doing? Judge Cano resigned from his judicial position in March. The New Mexico Supreme Court issued a ruling permanently barring him from holding any judicial office in the state on April 22nd.
Man, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff right there. That is some corrupt nonsense. I want to know what else this guy was doing. How long has he been doing these types of things? And look, we had a very unsecure border for 4 years under Joe Biden, and millions of people got across the border. So this would be a great campaign ad for Republicans heading into the midterms and even 2028, because you want to highlight the fact that this guy was harboring a suspected gang member in his home. I don't think he was blind to the fact that he was any of those things. Look, I think that this judge, this is my opinion, this judge may be a part of some other type of corruption. Maybe he's getting some kickbacks. Who knows what he's involved in? I think it was more than just, oh, let me just give this guy a place to stay. He had to know he was an illegal alien. And you see him with all these tattoos, and he's holding up guns, pictures with guns and things like that. And I have another question is, you know, who were those other guys that that were in that picture. It's possible that there could be some connections there. So this is corruption at its finest. We're seeing a lot of this stuff. These judges across the country trying to block President Trump from deporting illegal aliens, who are especially for those who are convicted or violent criminals. So we see them trying to block him from fast tracking it. And all of a sudden they care about due process. Oh, we need due process, this and that. But they didn't care one bit that people were coming across the border illegally, that millions and millions of people got here, pouring and pouring every single month. We saw the numbers. 200,000 a month, 150,000 a month, even upwards of 300,000 a month at one point under Joe Biden. Now that's gone down to about 7,000 with the latest numbers that were released. So this is crazy stuff, and this needs to be talked about a lot because this is dangerous. How many more judges are there across the country doing the exact same thing, and how many times has he done this? It's scary to think about. Oh man, I don't know. That's I'm just glad that this guy is behind bars right now. But a new poll came out, the Center Square poll. 47% say immigration is better. A plurality of Americans say the immigration policies have improved under President Donald Trump, according to a Center Square poll released Thursday. According to the survey, 47% say the immigration has gotten better versus 32% say it's gotten worse since Trump took office, with 13% saying there's no change. Also, 42% of those surveyed say that Trump's border policies are just right, against 46% say they're too harsh. Interesting. I wonder who this 32% is saying that it's gotten worse. Well, I think the open border advocates might be the ones that saying that. 13% saying there's no change are people who just are not paying attention to what's going on. Let's continue. With Trump delivering on his campaign promise to secure the border, just 26% of those surveyed said that immigration was the top three issue for them now, compared to 44% who was a top three concern back in March 2024 under the open border policies of Joe Biden. This is one of our most striking findings. Immigration has gone from a top tier issue to a second tier issue. People trust President Trump on border security. They think he's doing a solid job, so they're thinking about the border less and focusing on other issues. In a funny way, Trump could take his best issue off the table. If people think he's solved the border crisis, they'll stop thinking on it, and start judging him on other issues where he doesn't pull quite as well. So Trump has talked about this, that the border was a big issue when he got elected in 2016. He made it the forefront of his campaign, and as it got better under him, he took a different approach to solving the crisis. People thought about it less. Now this time, I think the border is much more secure than the first time around. He did a great job last time. It wasn't perfect, but this time he has secured it like I've never seen it in my entire life. So the fact that the border is so secure with crossings down about 95% or maybe more, and you're arresting a lot of people, a lot of criminals here, violent criminals to be specific. He's really focusing on that. And 150,000, they deported over 100,000, upwards of 150,000. And people feel better about it, so they're not focusing on it as much. Of course, I'm always going to highlight the border and talk about what's going on, whether it's good or bad. But yeah, so that issue has been solved largely, at least with securing the border. A lot less people coming in. Catch and release has been stopped. You have a strong military presence down there, so now they're focusing on tariffs and inflation. So yeah, interesting stuff. But I thought that was a crazy story, and it should be talked about a lot and should be used as a campaign tool in the midterms. Say, this is what's going on. I'm not saying that all Republican judges or judges put in by Republican presidents are perfect, but this right here is dangerous. So yeah, hope you like this video. Subscribe to my channel for more border updates and stories like this. I'll see you next time. Thank you. Take care.